Something snapped on poker Twitter. Ethan Yao aka Rampage branded veteran pro Alan Kessler as a cancer to this industry. In this video, we are going to unpack how a few offhand comments blew up into a toxic feud and why the truth behind it might not be what you expect. Rampage is one of the most recognizable faces in modern poker vlogging, a player who documented his rise from small local games into high-stakes live streams and major tournaments. By mid-2026, he wasn't just a YouTube personality, but a legit tournament threat, having secured his second WSOP bracelet where he beat elite pro Adrian Mateos heads up for $228,000. Alan Kessler, on the other hand, is a longtime pro who is famous for grinding mixed games, obsessing over tournament structures, and loudly complaining when formats or payouts seem unfair. He's finished runner-up in multiple WSOP bracelet events and won titles in mixed game championships, building a reputation as both a serious grinder and a relentless critic. The spark for the feud came from something as simple as scrolling through YouTube comments. Rampage talks about seeing viewers claim they'd crush him heads up and dismiss his recent success as just a lucky heater. Fired up by his bracelet run, he responded, "After beating the end boss Adrian Mateos and winning my second WSOP bracelet, I like my chances." That's when Alan Kessler enters the conversation on X. Kessler basically says Rampage is drawing dead versus a ton of notable players, meaning that against true elite competition, Rampage has no realistic chance over the long run. Guys, if you love online poker, then you have to check out Coin. The link is in the description. Use the code BOUNTY. There are hundreds of great tournaments and cash games to choose from, so there is something for every bankroll. The software is amazing, so if you love poker, you'll have a blast. Check the link. He responded by offering Kessler a heads-up no-limit match at 100, 200 or higher over 100,000 hands and see what happens. Alan accepts the offer and said he was willing to play him in mixed games. Rampage prefers to stick to only no-limit games. Kessler does not bite on that exact offer. Specializing in mixed games, Kessler replies that he is not interested in playing a long no-limit heads-up match, and instead he suggests he could line up several players who would take Rampage's challenge in No Limit Hold'em. It's at this point that the tone shifts from sharp but polite into outright hostile. If you're trying to take shots online, be a man and back them up yourself, or stay in your lane and please be quiet. Kessler attempted to defuse the situation, arguing that he simply wanted to play his games, which are mixed games. He said he despises No Limit due to the incessant tanking and it's a solved game. It's at this point when Rampage called Kessler a whiny-ass fart, degrading others constantly online, and accuses him of having no backbone when push comes to shove. He continues by calling Kessler a cancer to the industry. Kessler calls Rampage's response really inappropriate and again reiterated that he'd offered to play him in mixed games. Many people supported Kessler, saying that Rampage's response was way out of line and that he owed Kessler an apology. When asked why he refused to play Rampage heads up, Kessler said it was mainly due to a 6-month commitment and that Rampage was a known RTA user. Rampage also made it clear he would not face any of the players Kessler offered to face him heads up and said he was just doing it for a promotion. Bobby James argued that did not come across as that. He literally said, "I like my chances, but let's find out." And when somebody says, "Okay, let's find out," you basically say, "Nah, it was just clickbait, bro." You actually have an opportunity to get great content and reach a different audience, but completely backed out. Kessler also later found out and tweeted that this was one of Rampage's promotions and he maybe did not want it to play heads up at all. With both players entrenched in their preferred formats, the feud remains unresolved, living as a social media narrative rather than a settled score at the table.